Alright, it's gonna be a quick video. Just trying to install a part that I've had just laying around in the car for a while that should have been on it already, but it's not. Me throwing the steering wheel on, and got a little bit of overspray on it from just sitting in the car when I painted it, but not too worried about it for now. Like I said, I might be able to clean it up. I already hit it a little bit with the little bit of sandpaper, a little wet sanding on it, so that might clean up the overspray. But the reason it was not on was because the threads here, they're all chewed up, so I'm not able to get a nut back on it. So what I did was, my neighbor had a tap and die set. So I got a cheap one a little while ago when I first noticed this was messed up, but it was too small. All the taps and dies were a lot smaller than this thread pitch. So neighbor had one and decided to borrow it. So I'm gonna have to find out what size threads these are, and just throw the die on there and try to rethread it. So hopefully I'm able to get it. I'm gonna put the camera down, and then I'll figure out what size, what the thread pitch is, find the right size, and then probably throw you guys on a time lapse on rethreading it. And then, like I said, it's just a cheap Grant steering wheel, but it had a little install kit and everything. So I know eventually the dash will have to come back out, and I'll probably wrap it in something so the dash will come back out eventually. Of course, I have to get gauges and everything, but for now it'd be nice to have the steering wheel back on, since I have all the steering linkage and everything all hooked up. But let me put this down, find out the right size. When I find out the right size, I'll let you guys know, in case anybody else has had this problem. I know online it's tough to find the thread pitch. Everybody says it's something else, so I'll let you guys know what works on this one, and we'll go from there. Alright, so what I did, I determined that the pitch size was M14 by 1.5, and what I suggested on doing was taking the tap and just holding it up to the threads and try to match it up. And that's the closest one I've seen, so that's what I'm gonna go with. I do have a little bit of cutting oil just to help keep the threads lubed up a little bit. And then cardboard box and some plastic, so if I do use any of that oil, it just drip onto that and not drip onto the carpet, ended up messing up the carpet or anything. So give it a shot, have the die in there. So next, I'll just throw you guys on time lapse, try to cut these new threads in, and hopefully it works. Alright, so I guess I didn't cut it onto a time lapse and went to picture or something, so I'll try to focus it. You guys can see the new threads are on there. Now, this is the nut that came off, which that might have been a problem why it stripped, but before I wasn't even able to get it past about there. Now it will tighten down, so I'll see if I have any nuts laying around that will fit. If not, now I know the thread pitch, and I could go get a fresh nut and get everything thrown on there. But I guess since this took like a minute to do, and those look pretty good. But yeah, those are pretty good. It is still messed up all along here, so I think it cut deep enough so that this won't affect it. But let me start throwing this stuff on and then get that steering wheel on, so I kind of see how it's going to look. Alright, so there we have it. Steering wheel, it's not officially on. It's just snugged up there. I haven't hooked up the horn or anything. Just kept all that in the box. Even this center cap, it'll come off. Just so that I can remember to hook the horn and everything up and retighten it down. But now I am able to move the wheels a little bit. I know it doesn't look like it's from that angle, but they are moving a little bit and it looks pretty good. So, like I said, it's just a little short video. Rethreading the threads for the nut on the just rethreading so I can get a nut back on there to get the steering wheel on. Everything looks pretty good. I know that sun's a killer sometimes, but I like it. But yeah, I might do some small stuff while I'm still out here. I can put the door lock back in. I got that. And then I don't know. Might even throw the door panels back on, but I think I still have to adjust the door a little bit, so I might leave those off. But it's getting there. But I do like having the steering wheel on it now. It looks totally different in here. But eventually, like I said, the dash, I might get the dash covered, and I'm kind of leaning towards taking these out and getting buckets in here with the center console. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, it's just a thought. If I do buckets, it'd probably be like an aftermarket seat. So nothing too fancy, but eventually I think I might get the back seat reupholstered if I do buckets up front with the center console, and then get the dash wrapped. But who knows? Still have to get the material for the headliner. So it's just a long process, but it's all coming together slowly. If I do a center console with buckets, I don't know why. I think this area would just be perfect for a handbrake for some reason, but I don't do anything anything that needs it. But it'd be fun to have. But yeah, that's it. That was it. Just a little short video.